welcome back. Week 3 of the That's It Fantasy Football Podcast. Before we get into today's show, let's hear from our sponsor, B Mug and Coffee Co. Right? This episode of the That's It Fantasy Football Podcast is brought to you by B Mug and Coffee Co. B Mug and Coffee Co. is a small batch coffee company out of Point Pleasant, New Jersey. They feature unique blends inspired from the Jersey Shore, and every month they feature single origin coffee from around the world. For the month of September, they introduced coffee from Papua New Guinea. B-Mug and Coffee Co. is giving our listeners of the show 10% off all coffee. Visit beanmugandcoffeeco.com and enter That's It, one word at checkout. Bean Mug and Coffee Co., the roast from the coast. How you doing this week, my friend?
Get it. All the boys.
Yeah, true story. I actually just finished made a little espresso before we got ready.
Well, aren't you fancy? You gotta teach me how to make like nicer coffees and stuff. Now that I buy all your nice stuff,
like fancy coffees, like cappuccinos and lattes, and with like cinnamon and nutmeg and all that good stuff.
Yeah, all that bougie-ish.
Yeah, we can do it. Cool. So as you guys have noticed, Jake is not here today. He was questionable, then he was doubtful, then ruled out for the show tonight.
Game time decision.
He is at urgent care. Yeah, he had a Devontae Adams moment. He's at urgent care, doing well, but he will not make it tonight, which is a shame because I really, really, really wanted to talk about Carson Wentz. Not even the Eagles, just Carson Wentz. So maybe we'll touch on that when we get to his matchup.
He's pretty terrible, and I will join in.
The other thing
that is fun.
Absolutely. So Jake isn't here this week. Have some matchups to go over. Some matchups are decided. Some matchups aren't decided. You can pick and choose which ones you want to go first. I defer, and I will give you choice as to matchups that you want to go over.
You defer.
Before we start that, this is what I wanted to say. This is what I wanted to say earlier.
Okay.
If you weren't notified that we're live, or you missed the notification, it's That's It FFL on YouTube. You can subscribe, and you'll be notified when we go live. I think we have about 7 or 8 subscribers. There's only 12 people in the league. You and I don't know if you subscribed. I don't think I did. So half of the league should know that we're on now, and I feel like that'll start the Snapchat interest.
100%. Yes.
I defer. You can choose what matchups we go over first, and then we'll talk about them.
All right. I'm just going to go over them in the order in the app, which puts my match first, so we'll just get that done with. Mr. Jackson, if you're nasty, currently has 120.4 with Lamar Jackson and Justin Tucker still playing, and Jay put up a whopping 99.6, so that was in the bag even before tonight. I'm just happy to have a dub and feeling good that I beat somebody that's 2-0.
So listen, here's the thing. Here's a funny tidbit about that matchup. Is I called Jay at 8 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday after waivers cleared, right? They clear on Wednesdays. I called Jay at Wednesday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I call him up. Now, I said to Jay at 8 o'clock in the morning, I said, Jay, Lau did the ultimate fantasy football move. He claimed your guy off waivers, and he's playing you with the guy. And Jay came back, and Jay goes, no fucking way. Really? He did? I got to check. That means Jay had already gotten to work, had a cup of coffee, didn't check his roster yet, thinking he assumed he had the guy, and then had to pick up Chris Thompson.
Yeah.
Because by 8 o'clock in the morning, that's all that's left.
Correct. Yeah, running back was slim pickings as it was, so I was just glad that I was number one.
Can I ask you why Mike Davis and not maybe Jerry McKinnon or?
San Fran still has more than one guy there, even though they're plagued with injuries. Carolina is him. That's it. Mike Davis. And they threw him like 7
And it didn't concern you that he was still a temporary fix, like Christian McCaffrey is going to come back this year? That didn't concern you?
Not at 0-2. I need to get back towards the W column. So I was worried about that.
Sure.
You know, it means something like that could happen again in 2 weeks where somebody else gets hurt, and I get a decent.
Another running back went down yesterday. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, listen, pretty impressive. Lamar Jackson still to be played. You survive. Breaks 8.9. Davis puts up 23. Tyler Lockett had a monster day yesterday.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb, Mo Alley Cox, Stephon Diggs came back to earth, 14 points. Yeah, I mean, listen.
Good.
See what happens. Jay started defense and had Indy put up 27 on his bench.
He was
that hurt.
That was the big bench mistake of the week. That was the highest bench player.
Is it really? You checked already?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I'll dump.
Bench warmer of the week. Bench warmer of the week. Does it change the output of the game? Probably not. But
would it have helped?
Yes. I mean, listen, it put some pressure on you tonight. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm
also glad Tyler Lockett went off because Julio Jones was out game time, so I had to put in CeeDee Lamb. I mean, 11.6 is good too. But, you need one receiver to hit big if you have a big guy go down, and that worked out for me.
I heard about that story. All right, next matchup.
That would be. Oh, what's up?
Pause. I told you I was going to tell you about this before we talked, and I gotta talk about it now. I apologize to anybody in the league that was offered a dog shit trade by Lau last week. He was trying to get rid of Chris Herndon after we talked about it on the podcast, and we discovered who the fuck he was. He decided that he was going to offer Chris Herndon and Preston Williams in every trade to every single team this week. And I checked Preston Williams' stats during the game because I was like, oh, I wonder what Lau did with this fucking receiver. And I found out he dropped them before the game. So I just want you to know that was a shade bucket move. And that's not how you get anybody to dance with you. I can't imagine.
I tried to move 2 players for a backup tight end. That's all.
Oh, man. Was that not the politically correct answer?
Yes. 100%.
He tried to move 2 players that he was not interested. He tried to move 2 players that he was not interested in keeping for somebody that you may have liked.
Yes. Hey, man.
So, I think Jake's rubbing off on you. You're running some Jake. That was like a Jake trade move.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't like it was like A+ players I was trying to get in return. So
I had to call. I had to announce it. I had to bring it up to light. Okay.
Yeah, of course. We'll go over trades and pickups and stuff too.
What do you got next on the next matchup?
Alrighty, the Deuce is back. Papo putting up 149.1 against B Rich. What can Brown do for you? 102.4. That game was sealed yesterday, so. Papa with the win. He's on the board now, 1-2. B Rich is also going to be now 1-2 after the loss.
Yeah, I think it's a huge win for my dad, and I think it's a terrible loss for B Rich. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
yeah, it can be both.
I think with Bobble, riding Josh Allen high, you're gonna have to get these wins while he's riding high like that.
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate because like last 2 weeks Josh Allen's doing great, and he's still getting losses. Eric Henry showed up. I think that helped him out. The 27 points.
Yeah,
and Tyler Boyd is taking all the points in Cincinnati. Jared Cook doesn't finish the game.
Yeah.
So Jared Cook doesn't finish the game. And I don't know who he has on tight end. I don't think he has a backup tight end. So that could be interesting going forward. And then
does not have a tight end.
That could be interesting going forward.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is that
I was gonna say the Bills quarterback gets him 41, but the Bills defense gets him a goose egg.
It's almost like if It's like when you look at that, sometimes in my mind, sometimes I look at it like I split the difference. So I go, oh, that's like Josh Allen getting 35 and the defense getting 5. You got 41 points out of him too.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is now Beerich. I don't know. I mean, David Montgomery is going to be the primary back now. Tariq Cohen towards ACL. Defense against Green Bay, I wouldn't have done it. -3 points. Needs AJ Brown to get healthy.
He needs a lot of people to get healthy.
I mean, he has Trubisky. He has Trubisky on his bench, which isn't going to help him going forward.
No, sir.
So it is just, I don't know what to say about Beard's team. It looked like it hurt. It hurt. One of the low scores of the week.
I mean,
I would have beat Beerich this week. I didn't put up that many points.
Yeah. Hey, that's how it is. Sometimes you have slow weeks, But he's in the 1 and 2 club. He's got some injuries to work out again. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Next matchup. We have the Sunday points leader, day after Kamara, Big Ronnie, with 170.6. That's a final score for him. Charles is playing him, IPA Crushers. He has 140.9, and he has Edwards-Hilaire going right now, and nobody else. So will he get?
So here's the thing with
more points than he has now. That's the question.
Here's the thing, man. I think what's interesting is that Charles is putting up a ton of points and he's not getting wins.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
How that goes down. I hate when that happens.
Yeah. Off the kicker. That's tough to answer, just because of recency bias. But I think it depends on how many points I put up. Like, if I put up 130 and I get blown out, 140 and I get blown out, I'm going to be pissed. So, like, if I was Charles, I'd be way more pissed than if I lost, 120, 118, I think.
I don't know which one. I don't know which one's worse.
I mean, nobody wants
I guess
to
getting
lose.
blown out is I'd rather just lose by 1 o'clock so I don't have to tune in the rest of the day and I can just start mulling over it. I don't like to lose close ones, I think.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
Charles puts up
Ronnie's 3-0 if he wins.
Listen, Ronnie got a good team.
Yeah, definitely.
Ronnie's team's coming along. Mahomes just scored another one, so that's got to end. That's got to end me now. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. But so what I was going to say though is that what was I going to say? Oh, Ronnie's team. Oh, yeah. Kamara is like a freak this year.
Yeah.
Absolute freak. So he's riding that. Drew Brees, everybody was talking so much shit about Drew Brees. Like, should you bench him? Should you not? So I think that was the guys are talking in the Snapchat over last week's loss still, going back and forth. So sorry if I'm getting distracted. No one cares about last week. Cabron, this week you lucky you put up enough points against Jake. So Mike and AJ obviously jarring at it in the Snapchat. Which is great because they don't even know we're on the air at this point. The Kenny Galladay came back, Ronnie, this week, which is awesome. Helped him out. Listen, Ronnie's team's looking good.
Yeah. He got 28 from Allen Robinson.
Oh yeah. Well, now that Nick Foles is in the mix, I mean.
Shit, even his kicker got 14 points.
So that was good.
Yeah.
Oh, no, listen. When you put up 170 points, I mean, your kicker had to contribute. 170 points is a ton.
By the way, did you see how
170
many
points
Kamara
is a
had?
ton.
See how many rushing yards Kamara
had? 58.
58. And he put up
and
45 points.
Yeah, and he took all of Michael Thomas's receiving yards.
Yeah. Poor Jake.
Oh. Hey, I want to hear it. Injuries have been killing everybody this year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Next on the matchup,
we have CDC Lamb, who looks like it literally just beat you, Cobra Kai.
I just lost. Yeah. I just lost. I mean, listen. What do you want to talk about? You could talk about this matchup. You want me to talk about it? I can care less.
You thrown in the towel already.
What the fuck?
Let's see. Adam got a big day from Keenan Allen. His other receivers did good as well. 12 points from a kicker helps. Pretty much got very little from his running backs. Some good points.
He
on his
got dog
bench.
shit. With running back.
Yeah. But
yeah, well, maybe he didn't think he needed them all.
I guess so. But yeah.
Listen, here's the thing. Russell Gage, right? Russell Gage?
Yeah.
I don't even know his first name. It's just R. Gage. I think it's Russell Gage.
Yep.
So Russell Gage is going to go off in this game without Julio Jones. He had 100 yards receiving for the first 2 weeks. There's no Julio Jones. I'm like, yo, my man's going to eat today. Then he gets a head injury in the first quarter, and he's out for the game. So all those points, the 4.6 is like in the first like fucking 5 minutes of the game.
Cool.
It's frustrating. George Kittle's still nursing a knee injury. I put in Dallas Goedert. He gets hurt in the first quarter of the game. He's out of the game. So essentially, I'm running. Who's that? Running down the sideline. Was that a pick? Touchdown.
No. Kick return.
Oh.
That was a rookie.
Oh, yeah. Wow. There you go. So what happens is Dallas Goedert's out, running no WR2 and no tight end. I mean, the fact that I broke up 100 points is good, I guess. Hunt did decent. I mean, the fact that they're still using him, he's the second option for the running back on that team is pretty good. I'm still happy with Antonio Gibson. I mean, George Kittle got to come back. My defense was a pickup. I think after the waivers had cleared, I picked up Tampa Bay. I think they did good. Prescott looks sharp.
Yeah.
I just need my team to get some health. I need healthy fucking people. The team is like decimated by injuries. Still not playing my first and second pick.
Yeah, it sucks, man. You got some points on the bench too. Although, I mean, you wouldn't have played Burrow over Prescott.
Wouldn't have made a difference. I had Henderson on the bench. It wasn't going to make a difference.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, listen, hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing too is like, I was going on the assumption that Henderson was going to play less because Malcolm Brown was going to play with a broken finger.
Yeah.
So I got to look at the matchups. I got to talk to some sports agents. I got to see what my guys want to do. Who wants to be in my flex next week, and we'll go from there. I really got to see it. I got to see what they want to do. Maybe George Kittle wants to play on artificial turf and grass from now on. I had all that big money, $80 plus million, and doesn't want to play on turf. So, tell you right now, Adam, you put Benny Snell Jr. out on somebody else, you can get your motherfucking ass kicked. Because that shouldn't have happened. Anybody playing Adam next week, if he's playing Benny Snell, get him up because it is what it is. I will say this though. I know
he had Mostert.
You have Pat
and Mac, so
yeah,
he's a running
listen,
back.
He's thin there too.
Yeah,
he's thin there too. I will tell you this. I had Pat Mahomes running in other leagues, and I don't want to say it on this podcast, and money leagues and stuff like that. Dude, I didn't care if he fucking threw a goose egg. I didn't care because I just want to. I wanted to win this matchup more than anything else. Any of my other matchups this week, but that kind of sucked. So,
well.
Yeah, that
Unfortunately,
goes.
Adam called his shot, and he is now 2-1.
He's 2-1, and I am 1-2.
Correct.
So,
Next matchup. Brace yourself. Brady is coming. Mr. Michael Height. Currently at 154.2 with Tyreek Hill playing. And I don't think that the Chiefs kicker is going to get Tom the 32 points that he needs to make up because Kyler Hopkins has 122.4.
well, Bucker already missed a kick. He missed an extra point, I think, tonight.
1 for 2, so he has that 0 points.
Yep, that's helping his case.
Yes.
Listen, Rex Burkhead. I spoke with Mike earlier, and I said,
can't believe that. I can't believe that.
I spoke with Mike earlier, and I go. He said his answer to me was, I said, Rex Burkhead, really, bro? He goes, listen. He goes, I didn't know he was going to have that many points, but I still chose to play him over McKinnon and Deion Lewis.
Yeah.
Because that was my choice. He goes, that wasn't a mistake. But he did say that he chose them by to put him in by choice. Listen, Thursday night, Robinson goes off after the trade. Everybody's making fun of Height for the trade and saying you really wanted Ertz that bad. This is where Jake would be in here going blah 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 blah, and then he would just be going off and bullshitting about that. Listen, it worked out. I mean, that was probably a long haul trade, not a short term trade. Dalvin Cook went off. Brady looked good this week. San Francisco defense was going against a shitty Giants. I mean, it was a perfect storm.
Yeah.
54 points for somebody who looked like he was in the graveyard last week.
Yeah, definitely. Funny you say that his trade for Ertz was for the long haul because he tried to trade me Ertz and Melvin Gordon for Julio Jones during the week.
Oh. Oh. That's like some Conor McGregor, Dana White sharing screenshots.
Yep.
Zach Ertz and who? Melvin Gordon?
Yeah.
Hey, he ain't playing.
I told him I had no interest.
You need bodies.
I told him I had no interest in Melvin Gordon. He said, wow, and then Melvin Gordon got 7.8 points. So.
Oh, man. And you're still talking shit?
Yeah, why not?
I'll tell you this. He told me that you said Julio Jones is not for trade. I'm not trading him. No. I only want to trade Chris Herndon and Preston Williams.
Only junk.
I only want to trade my junk for value.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, I told Mike that it would be a different conversation if I was 0-3.
Oh, well, you listen. He wants to know how many points Julio scored.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
T-Dubs 0-2 in New Jersey, 0-1 in Tennessee. Had a 11 or 12 hour drive to think about his fantasy losses this year, and I'm sure that had to hurt. James Robinson, he gets to 30 points. He gets 8 points from Joe Mixon. Chris Carson, knee injury, he's out for a couple weeks.
Dude, that tackle was so dirty. That was so bad. He did the gator roll on him.
15. I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do.
I don't know, man.
He looked like 0-3. He's 0-3.
Yeah. What's his bench looking like? He had some injuries too, I think.
Bench.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he wants Bill.
He has Bell and Crowder out.
Yeah.
Bell and Crowder out is not Michael Thomas and Devontae Adams out.
It's true.
It's not Saquon Barkley and George Kittle out.
Still fix your team.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
It is those two that you just said is comparable to Chris Carson and Le'Veon Bell out. That's his first two running backs.
his first running back was Joe Mixon.
Oh, yeah, okay. Did you trade for him? What? No. All right.
After Joe Mixon, I think he probably took Joe Mixon in the second round.
Yeah, true.
Carson was probably a fourth round. I mean, I don't know. I have to look, but
yeah. Well, he's still down 3 players.
Mixon might not. Joe Mixon might even be his first. Joe Mixon might even be his first round pick.
Yeah, he kept
because he had
did he take Hopkins first?
Murray.
Yeah, whatever.
Hopkins, you're right. Hopkins. So Joe Mixon was his second pick.
Yeah. Anyway, he's 0-3. Mike is 2-1, despite everybody thinking he was in shambles. So props to him for that. And Mike could even score more points because Tyreek Hill's still going.
Correct. No, listen, his team looked good. Are we to the last matchup now?
We are. The $2 trillion team. One AJ Roy currently has 119.4 with Mark Ingram on still against
Travis Kelce.
Shark is do. Oh yeah, and Travis Kelce. Okay. AJ has 119 right now. Jake has 101, and it's a battle of each of them having 2 players on. And right now the projections are for AJ to win.
I mean, listen, Jake, DJ Shark out your fucking name. Get your fucking name off your team.
Yeah, true.
Right. Get your shit, all right? Especially when my guy put up 12 points, more than fucking Mark Andrews last week, and more than fucking Hollywood Brown. So back up. You have a lot of shitty players on your team you can name your fucking doo-doo shit players for. You don't need to be putting that shit on mine, right? A fucking team name out your mouth. So I don't know about you. I mean, I know you're in other leagues as well. I don't know a team that has Russell Wilson and has lost.
Well, yeah, the guy's playing lights out, dude. What?
No, I know, but I mean, like,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
No. I'm saying it's like Russell Wilson is like he's killing people this year already.
Yeah,
it's like week 3 and people are like, "Fuck, I got to play Russell Wilson."
Yep.
So 3-0 looks like he's gonna be 3-0. Jake looks to be 1-2. Okay. I mean, this ain't too close to call. And now the game was closer than I think people thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I agree.
I thought the game was closer. I thought Jake was going to get the floor wiped with him. I don't know. Jake's going to have to make some adjustments. James Conner showed up for him. The Toolman Taylor did well for him. Why wasn't it? No, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. That's what it was.
Yeah, there you go.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. He did well for him.
Nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, he did decent. He put up a good effort for having nobody to play.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, anybody who Jake offered for Devontae Freeman this week, yeah, good idea to trade for him. 1 fucking point. Okay, 1 point. Listen, AJ's team's looking good. It really is.
Yeah, I mean,
Adam's in the Snapchat. Sorry to get you to cut off here, but Adam's asking when the podcast goes off. So when he listens to the podcast, we'll go over it again. But it's That's It FFL on YouTube. He's over 35, so they're having a hard time with subscribing to YouTube and that type of thing. But you get push notifications. That's when a notification actually goes to your phone, alerting you that something is happening in the world. That's how that works.
Don't make a noise like this.
It says comment on the Browns defense pickup. Yeah, listen, it was good. It was a good pickup. I mean, Buccaneers pickup scored 20. Not that it matters, but no. Listen, it was a good pickup. Who did AJ have for his other defense? Who was his backup defense? Is that his only defense? Oh, Baltimore, which you're not going to play against the Chiefs.
No. That's his only defense.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why he picked up the Browns.
Oh, then did Adam pick up Baltimore from? No.
No. I'm saying AJ picked up Cleveland defense because he had. No, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong.
No, Adam drafted the Ravens. I remember being mad at him.
So, yeah. Listen, it was a good pickup. I'm not going to respond to any more Snapchat because it's getting distracting. So he did well. It was closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought he was going to wipe the floor with Jake, but he didn't. I thought Jake kept it close. I think it was only like a 10-point projection going into tonight. So it was super close at that point. I wish Jake was here to talk about it, which I'm sure he'll have to, him and AJ will go at it either later tonight on Snapchat or tomorrow. I'll tell you what, though, what's interesting is I just want to talk about Eagles in general. The Eagles, come on, Jake. When you get to this and just how do you keep Carson Wentz? Okay, I have a question. Here's a question I have for you. Yeah. Is Carson Wentz the new player 16? Not literally, do we reference him as a number, but is he the same player as player 16?
In what sense? And that he's disappointing?
You don't want him
fantasy-wise?
Yeah, you don't want him in fantasy. You don't want him in fantasy. Sometimes he's good in fantasy. Sometimes he's not.
He scored 19, 12, and 23. That's not the worst.
I don't know. I just he's playing
this way.
Terrible.
His current position rank is 24th, which means if every team has 2 quarterbacks in a 12-team league, he's on somebody's bench. So he's hit that threshold.
Listen, playing terrible.
Now, is he being god-awful in real life and driving his team into the ground? Probably.
I'm talking about in real life. I'm talking about mostly in real life. He's just playing terrible. I saw a hike this morning and I said, I'm not even an Eagles fan, and I'm pretty sure McNabb tied the Bengals. It was the game where McNabb was like, I didn't even know you can have a tie in football.
Oh, yeah, they tied too, didn't they?
Bengals. It was the same team. Come on. I say Carson Wentz can't make $1 if you give him 5 quarters. Listen, Adam, when you get to this, I'm not making fun of you because you beat me this week. This has nothing to do with it. This is more of a technology issue. This is a YouTube not subscribing issue. I don't know. A lot of IT people on this podcast that listen that maybe can help you out. I can't help you out with the iPhone issues. Can't do it. That being said, listen, it was a good matchup. Good overall. Mm-hmm. Anything you have?
Let's see. Were there trades this week? You made a trade, right?
I took Golden Tate for Smith, the backup from or what's his name, Michael Thomas. Just a roster move, really, just to see what we could work out.
Nice.
I would like to put AJ Green on the block, so he's available. Your flex option if you're looking for someone that can give you 8 to 10 points, which might be good for Jake because Hollywood Brown is really not doing anything. Well, listen, when you look at the flex position this week, 8.6 points. Let me see if it was better than anybody else. Was better than Montgomery, 7.4, and Leonard Fournette, 4.2. So maybe they want to talk to me. All right? It wasn't the worst. Yeah. Was it bad? Yeah, but it wasn't the worst. I mean, I didn't think the defense of the Eagles was going to like shut down AJ Green.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that coming. But yeah, no.
Burrow
All
just
jokes
likes
aside,
Tyler
AJ Green's
Boyd
on the
better.
trade block.
Burrow just likes
Tyler
Tyler
Boyd
Boyd
would
better. Yeah. By the way, AJ wants credit for picking up the Browns defense. Mike picked up Rex Burkhead Friday at lunchtime. So, and he scored 35.
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
Yeah.
That was insane. That actually was insane. Like I tell people, like, I mean, people like obviously like whatever, like we know this, but like I tell people all the time, like luck is definitely a factor in it. Like you do need luck. Like I'm convinced you need luck.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill touchdown.
Well,
And sorry guys, I was just watching that live. That was good. 20-yard catch to Tyreek Hill. That puts Mike up to 154.
yeah.
63. Tyreek Hill 16 points. Good. It was a good bounce back week for Height. Listen, I don't know. I'm sorry. Jake usually gets the matchups ready for next week, and with Jake being out literally on game time decision.
I got it.
I know I'm playing AJ next week.
Oh, man,
right?
That's what AJ will tell you. That's what the app's for.
Playing AJ next week. So that's the only thing I know of matchups for next week is that it's AJ and I.
Yeah.
Apple versus Android, your classic bull. Here comes AJ with the Snapchat. It's like he's been dying to talk about it. See what he's saying here. Blah 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 blah.
I mean he walked the walk this week, so we'll see if he can do it again. If he starts talking. 3
people have tried. 3 people. It's the Serrano Roy Bowl, without a doubt. It's the classic Serrano Roy Bowl. Which he's had my number the last couple of years.
Yeah.
He's had my number the last couple of years. So it's gonna be interesting. Can't wait to smack you this week. Listen, that's better than what he said to Jake. I can't even say because this is gonna go on YouTube. I can't even say what he said to Jake. I mean, that was intense.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's definitely iPhone versus Android. I'm looking forward to the bell curve statistical analysis screenshots we get now every week. And listen, it's the hope I have against the 3-0 team is if Adam put up 155 points last week, there's hope for me. So,
wow.
Definitely. What's that?
Digging in on Adam, huh?
No, listen. I'm saying if he put up 155 points and then he put up like whatever it was this week, 120 and change.
Yeah.
If my guys get healthy, get my George Kittle back, we got a shot. I mean, listen, I need my players, and if players can finish a week playing the whole game, it helps me. Again, it's not about making excuses. But hear me out, for real though. Saquon didn't even finish the game. You know what I mean? Granted, I think I still won that matchup. Surprisingly, I think I won. Did that happen last week?
I don't know.
Beat Jake with no Saquon? I think I beat Jake with no Saquon. Anyway,
you did.
It's gonna help if my team stays healthy. It's in Cobra Kai's best interest to have his players play the whole game. It helps him. It helps the team.
Solid fantasy advice.
So I'm gonna have to get with my team this week rather. We're gonna coach them up, talk to the guys, see who wants to play, who doesn't want to play, and go from there. Maybe guys aren't going to be in my team by the time we get to game time. There might be some trades in the works. We'll see. They got a tall task because Russell Wilson throwing heat all over the field. All right.
Yeah.
And had Aaron Rodgers week 1, but Height didn't play him. Had Aaron Rodgers essentially week 1. He trades him to Jake. I had to play Aaron Rodgers week 2. I had to play Pat Mahomes week 3. Russell Wilson week 4. I mean, team's going against fucking top QBs, right?
Yeah.
So ready. We'll be ready. Like I said, we gotta coach them up. We gotta see how they want to do. probably put in some extra practices.
Yeah.
But we're looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite matchups of the year. So.
Yes, of course.
Other
Other
matchups we have going on.
I am playing Papo. Both of us coming off our first wins, so that'll be interesting. He put up some good points this week. I think I put up a decent amount too. So see how that goes.
So you're both 1-2. So
yeah,
there's definitely going to be a 1-3 team next week for sure.
Yep. We have Jay and Ronnie. Jay's 2-1. Ronnie's most likely going to be 3-0. So that'd be a matchup to watch. Some heavy hitters.
Who's the matchup?
What's that?
Oh, Jay and Ronnie, you said?
Yeah, I mean,
Jay and Ronnie? Who'd you say, Ronnie and who?
Yeah, Jay and Ronnie. Next matchup is B Rich and Charles. I think they're both going to be 1 and 2. Right?
Yeah, and Charles. Well, I think Charles earlier was saying how Charles. And listen, if anybody can get a hold of Charles, let him know we do a podcast. Like beneficial. So if anybody wants to talk, tell Charles there's a podcast.
Yes. I mean, technically, he's your uncle, so you could.
Yeah, Bobo, talk to Charles and tell him about the podcast. Tell him. Yeah, 1-2 and 1-2. Other matchups.
Yep. Mike is playing Adam. That should be a battle of 2-1 teams. So that'd be something to look out for. We already talked about the iPhone versus Android matchup. And then we have Kyle Hopkins, a.k.a. Two-State Tom, against the one and only doo-doo-doo-doo team, Jake.
So here's the thing. And Jake, you better change your fucking team name. All right, put some respect on my name. DJ Shark he might even come back next week. I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do. DJ Shark might be back in the mix. But here's the thing. As much as AJ, obviously being the favored in our matchup, and looking at 4-0, would love to make them 3-1, and would love to be at that point 2-2 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And T-Dub 0-3. A chance to go 0-4 if Jake can get his shit together.
Yeah.
Because remember, T-Dubs is coming back to wear the tutu from Tennessee. And I don't think he was worried about it because he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, but we had to call you Loser Tom for almost a whole season because you were doing terrible. Do you remember that? And he's like, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. And now he's 0-3. Jake has a chance to get him to go 0-4, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, looking forward to that matchup. Actually, there's a lot of good matchups next week. I'm looking forward to a lot of them, actually.
It should be good. This week's always good. We got, as much as we rag on each other and stuff, and people shit the bed sometimes, everybody brings their A game. Everybody pays attention. So.
Yeah, no. Without a doubt. I'll leave with this note is that I did talk to somebody, and how could you do that many leagues or this and that? And I can't get people. I just sent a picture into the Snapchat. I guess the gift that AJ had given him, some Godfather shit, yes. A horse head.
There it is. Wait, I'm gonna get that live on here as well. Sorry, there we go.
Beautiful. People who listen to on Spotify, if you check us out on YouTube, you could have saw that picture of Jake wearing a horse head.
Or they could just check Snapchat, but
no. I'm talking. Well, yeah. But listen, Charles is maybe just listening on Spotify. Who knows? I don't know where Charles is. Where's Uncle Chuck? I don't know. But I'll leave you on this note: is that people tell me all the time, they're like, "Oh, it's crazy because sometimes I have a league of just 10 people and people die out and they don't even change their lineups." And I do say our league. That would never fly. We have nobody. We've never had issues where nobody checks their lineup. So something to hang our heads on that. At least everybody does try.
Yeah.
So, well, listen. It was a short week. Jake, you were missed. I'd love to talk about how Peterson punted in overtime on 4th and 12 and punted for the tie instead of going for the win. I'd love to talk about Carson Wentz and Joe Burrow combining for 45 yards in overtime combined. I'd love to talk about Nick Foles going in the game, overtaking it, beating Atlanta. That could have been the Eagles. I'd love to talk about all those things, but unfortunately, you didn't make it. Get well soon. I do hope you feel better and get checked out and whatever you need. Prayers to get out of urgent care. I do, think of you and wish you well, and look forward to you next week on the show. If anybody wants to get on the show, let me know. If anybody wants to send in recorded messages, we're working on it, and we can try to do that. Everyone seems to be engaged. Everyone seems to be involved. People seem to like it, so we'll keep doing it. That's it for week number 3. Congratulations to Ronnie, high score, well deserved, well earned, put them points. Till next time, so long.
See you.